All right, so we're diving deep today into
Yeah.
personal peace.
I love it.
I'm super intrigued by this, and
Yeah.
all the notes that you've compiled for this deep dive.
Yeah.
Looks like some fascinating research went into this.
I tried to pull together all the best stuff.
Yeah.
And especially because you mentioned that this is something you've been struggling with a bit yourself.
Oh, yeah. Who isn't, right?
It's true.
It's like everybody wants to feel that inner peace and that
Carefully
calm.
in today's world,
Right.
it feels harder than ever.
Yeah, it does.
But there are things we can do.
What are some of the things?
Well, first off,
Wait.
your research really highlighted this, the importance of self-awareness,
Okay.
which kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know yourself,
How can you...
how can you be at peace
Yeah.
with yourself?
I like that.
So
That's-
self-awareness is kind of the foundation. It's like step one.
It really is.
Okay, so how do we get there?
Well, one of the things your research pointed out
Yeah.
was that it's not like a one and done.
Oh, so it's not like
It's a journey,
okay.
not a destination.
Got it.
So, it's like,
Okay.
think of it like a garden. You have to, nurture it constantly.
Right.
You've got to clear the weeds.
Blow those weeds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so some of the things that were mentioned were journaling,
Yeah.
mindfulness, and meditation,
All right.
and even just like honest self-reflection,
Yeah.
which can be tough sometimes.
Sure.
Looking in the mirror,
Yeah. Yeah. But that's
got to be honest with yourself.
how you get to know yourself better.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's self-awareness.
we kind of get a sense of ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, for me personally,
Okay.
I think one of the biggest things is like, I have a hard time staying present.
Ah.
My mind is always
Right.
racing, either about the past
Yeah.
or worried about the future.
That's a common one.
Yeah, and
A lot of people experience that.
so mindfulness is something
Yeah.
that kept coming up in the research.
Absolutely.
It's a big factor in personal peace.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
So mindfulness is really about
Okay.
being aware of the present moment
Okay.
without judging it.
So?
It's about acknowledging your thoughts and feelings as they come up,
Okay.
but not getting swept away by them.
Not getting carried away.
Exactly.
Right.
And your research
Yeah.
highlighted a few things that can really help.
Okay.
Things like breathing exercises
Mm-hmm.
and body scan meditations.
Oh, interesting.
Have you ever tried a body scan meditation?
I haven't.
It's really fascinating.
Okay.
You basically just focus on each part of your body,
Okay.
starting with your toes and moving up, and you just notice any sensations. Okay.
Without judgment.
So we're being mindful.
Yeah.
We're in the moment. We're aware of our thoughts. But what about
your feelings?
what about when those feelings get overwhelming?
That's where emotional regulation comes in.
Okay.
That's a big one.
So how do we regulate emotions?
Well, it's about learning to respond
Okay.
to your emotions in a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
And your research even mentioned
Yeah.
this idea of cognitive reappraisal,
Oh, wow.
which I thought was fascinating.
What is that?
It's basically about consciously reframing your thoughts
Okay.
to change your emotional response.
Interesting. So you're not necessarily
Right.
suppressing your emotions,
It's not about suppressing,
Let's
it's
go
about
there.
processing
working through them.
exactly
Okay.
in a healthier way.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And this can be really helpful
yeah.
for dealing with,
Yeah.
difficult situations.
Like stress.
Like stress, exactly.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of a part of life.
It is, unfortunately.
Okay.
So the good news
How
is
do we deal with that?
there are ways to manage it.
Okay.
And your research talked about a bunch of different techniques.
Okay.
Exercise was a big one,
Get that heart rate up.
right? Getting enough sleep.
Right.
Okay.
Getting enough sleep.
Oh, that's so hard.
I know it's tough,
Right.
but it's crucial.
Mm-hmm.
And even things like
Okay.
progressive muscle relaxation,
What is that?
where you basically tense
Okay.
and release different muscle groups.
Interesting.
It's a really simple technique,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be really effective.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're managing our stress. We're regulating our emotions.
Right.
We're aware of ourselves.
You got it.
And you had some notes here about mental well-being.
That's another key piece.
So how does that play into this?
Well, mental well-being is...
It's more than just not being stressed. It's
Okay.
about actually flourishing.
Interesting.
Feeling good, functioning well.
Okay. How do
Your
we-
research talked about things like having a positive mindset,
Okay.
practicing self-compassion,
Self-compassion, yeah.
being kind to yourself.
Well, that's hard.
It is.
Yeah, we're our own worst critics sometimes.
So true.
Yeah.
And doing things that bring you joy
Yeah.
and purpose.
Finding that purpose.
Yeah,
That's important.
absolutely.
Okay.
And, sometimes mental well-being also means
Okay.
reaching out for support
Mm.
when you need it.
Absolutely.
You know, there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
It's actually a sign of strength
Yeah.
to ask for help.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's mental well-being.
Mental well-being.
And then
big part of personal peace.
you had a whole section here
Yeah.
about spiritual practices.
Yeah.
Now I know.
This can be a tricky one.
This is something that will resonate with some people and others.
Means different things to different people.
Right. And we want to be respectful of...
The research you shared actually found
Yes.
that engaging in some sort of spiritual practice,
Yeah.
whatever that looks like for you,
Okay.
can be really beneficial
Interesting.
for personal peace.
So, for example,
Yeah.
what were some of the things that...
Well, things like for research meditation.
Prayer,
Okay.
meditation,
Mm-hmm.
spending time in nature.
Nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, connecting with something larger than yourself.
It's about that connection.
It is.
Or
Whether it's
so it doesn't have to be
higher power or
simple.
nature
Yeah.
or community,
Right.
whatever brings you
Got it.
that sense of peace.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of
Right.
internal stuff,
Yeah.
but personal peace also affects
It does.
our external world,
Absolutely.
like our relationships.
Huge.
So what did the research
The research was really clear on this,
say about that?
that inner peace
Okay.
leads to better relationships.
So how?
Well, when you're more at peace with yourself,
Okay.
you're able to communicate more effectively.
Yeah.
You're a better listener.
Mm-hmm.
You're more empathetic.
Right?
And you're less reactive
Yeah.
in conflicts.
You don't get so triggered.
Exactly.
Okay.
And there was even a study
Oh.
that you highlighted
How is that?
where couples who practice mindfulness together
Okay.
reported higher levels of relationship satisfaction.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's not just about you.
Right. It
It's
affects.
everyone around you.
It does.
Okay.
And it can make you more resilient, too.
Oh, resilience.
Yes.
That was another
That was a big
thing that came up.
in your research.
So did that mean that peaceful people
Not at all.
just never experience hardship?
No, it's not about avoiding hardship. It's
Okay.
about how you navigate it.
Okay.
So people with a strong sense of inner peace,
Yeah.
they're still going to face challenges,
Mm-hmm.
but they're better equipped to cope with those challenges.
So they bounce back
They bounce back quicker.
and more resilient.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we bring all of this together,
Mm-hmm.
what's the big takeaway?
The big takeaway is that
Why is personal peace so important?
personal peace
Yeah.
is essential
Right.
for living a fulfilling life.
Okay.
It's not just about feeling calm and relaxed.
Right.
It's about
It affects everything.
living with more clarity,
Okay.
purpose,
Mhm.
resilience.
Yeah.
And your research even suggested that it can improve your physical health.
Really?
Yeah, there were studies showing
Right.
reduced risk of things like heart disease
Oh,
and
yeah.
other stress-related illnesses.
That's huge.
It is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think we've given our listeners...
Yeah. This has been a lot to think
A
about.
great overview
Right.
of personal peace.
What's a good final
I think a good question
question for them?
to leave them with
Yeah.
is, of everything we talked about,
Mhm.
what resonates most with you right now?
Okay.
And what's one small step
Yeah.
you can take today
I like that.
to start cultivating
It's all about taking action.
more personal peace in your life?
Yeah.
Remember, it's a journey,
That's so important.
not a destination.
I love that.
So start small.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
And be kind to yourself.
Exactly.
It's been great chatting with you about this.
Yeah, I always enjoy these deep dives.
Yeah, me too.
We cover so much ground.
And it's always so fascinating.
It is.
Thanks for tuning me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Bye.